Because, of course, comparison is the thief of joy. It even created at times tension between me and my baby boy because he couldn't always trust who was in the room with him. Was it Kirk Franklin or was it his daddy? Because they were so closely related to his love for me and his love for what he does, and the pressure that everyone was putting on him. And he would hear about, will you be like your father? Will you do music like your dad?
Kirk Franklin applauds his youngest son Keziah for being brave enough and releasing his first music.
Something that has been a private area for me, my family. My youngest son, his name's Keziah. Out of the 4 children that I have, and all of my children are incredibly gifted and talented, Keziah at a young age was the one that early on showed this love and gift that he had for music. It was just obvious that him playing the drums and him beatboxing and him doing music, that it was in him. However, as Keziah got older, what naturally happens begins to happen, and everybody wants to compare him or question his ability in comparison to his father. And of course, that created in my son trepidation, anxiety, self-doubt. Because, of course, comparison is the thief of joy. It even created at times tension between me and my baby boy because he couldn't always trust who was in the room with him. Was it Kirk Franklin or was it his daddy? Because they were so closely related to his love for me and his love for what he does, and the pressure that everyone was putting on him. And he would hear about, will you be like your father? Will you do music like your dad? And so I saw him have doubt and even deny his gift, and even look at, well, maybe this is not what I should do because it'll never be at that level. And I saw my son struggle to the point that we even started counseling together. His idea. Very proud of him. He wanted to find a therapist that could just walk him through some of the trauma that came along with being my son. I'm very proud of my son because this weekend he's released an EP called the Canon Tape Demos. Now, this is not to just promote his music. This is really to celebrate anybody out there that's been paralyzed by fear. Some things in life you've got to do afraid. You can't wait till fear leaves before you do it. You've got to do it afraid. You've got to use fear as the fuel. Some of you have gifts that you are sitting on because you're either comparing it or you're questioning it. And who are you to make the decision of something that you don't own? These gifts are all on loan. They don't belong to us. And the courage that I'm seeing my son step in the midst of all of the trepidation and questioning that he's had about, will he be good enough? And I'm telling him and I'm telling you, you are good enough because God said so. I love all my kids, and my kids are very special to me, and they're all extremely talented. And for my young one, moving in the midst of his fear, I hope that he can be an encouragement to you. Do it afraid, because you don't know how long you have. Go in the midst of fear. I'm proud of him, and I'm also proud of you, because I know that this is going to encourage you to do what you need to do. Afraid.